You're here today because you care about your students. You want each one of them to be successful. You see their potential and you want your school to do right by them. Hi, I'm Heather Staker, founder of Ready to Blend. Welcome to Blended Learning Live. My message for you today is that blended learning is not about cramming more technology into students' already noisy, complicated lives. Blended learning is about creating happier, higher performing classrooms and kids. It's about personalizing learning to the needs and abilities of each student, including those who are struggling and those who are ahead. It's about gradually releasing control so that students have agency to drive their own learning. It's about freeing up the teacher's time so that they can give one-on-one feedback and coaching to each student and develop mentoring relationships. It's about improving schools.
The engagement I have seen come from the shift from a stand and deliver model to a blended learning model has been dramatic. Students are in control of the flow of their learning, which immediately engages them.
I can pick what I work on, and it's really project-based so that I don't have to be sitting there memorizing things and then have to write a paper about it. I can really express myself and show who I am and learn what I want to.
I feel like we can really address each child and their different unique talents and make sure that we close the gap between all the students that might have been struggling in school before. We give them a chance to come in math and language arts where they're at, and we meet them right there where they're at, and we take them to where they need to go next. It's a great time to be a teacher.
I love going faster so I can progress and keep going. When I get bored of one topic, I can switch to another and go at the rate I want to go.
As a superintendent, I like seeing how teachers are able to use today's tools to help students take ownership for their own learning.
Our students are growing up in this digital world, and so I think the disruption is going to happen. The question for me is whether we as educators are going to take the lead in that or whether we're going to constantly be playing catch up and responding to it.
Today, you're taking the next steps to bring student-driven blended learning to your schools. Blended Learning Live is an immersive experience that places you in the shoes of a learner in a student-driven environment. You will feel for yourself what it's like to do some of your learning online, independently, and some of it face-to-face, collaboratively. You will sample the movement of a station rotation and experience the more personalized feel of a flex model and individual rotation. Your success during this experience depends on putting your whole heart into mastering the theories and principles that will be available to you today.
This is a completely different experience from the traditional professional learning conferences or workshops. This one really puts the participant in a self-directed learning mode.
One of the most amazing pieces of it is to watch the teachers transform throughout the day. Adult learners, teachers, educators get a chance to go through a blended learning experience.
When you start the day, you can tell that the adults in the room are a little uncomfortable with what they're being asked to do because they're accustomed to having conferences where they can just sit and receive and they can decide what they want to do with it and whether they're going to talk to people. And having the design where they really need to engage with others and talk through their thinking, it really creates exactly the type of environment we want in a classroom where it really isn't an option for a student to just choose to opt out.
Own your own learning and dive deeply into the Socratic discussions. Above all, approach Blended Learning Live with a growth mindset. Your school really can transform into a happier, higher performing environment that matches the needs of our students in this modern century. Move forward with confidence and open-mindedness as you engage in the activities ahead today. You are on the path to improving your school and leading your classrooms with confidence into the 21st century.